primetime news on MITV. I am Jumoke Michaels. In the news tonight, the federal government and the organized labor have agreed on the sum of 70,000 naira as the national minimum wage for workers in the country, briefing the State House correspondents after the labor meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, disclosed that following the extensive meetings with organized labor and sub-national leaders, an agreement was reached to raise to 70,000 naira. He said the proposal will be submitted to the National Assembly for legislation. The Minister of State for Labor and Productivity, Nkiruka Onyejeocha, reiterated the President's dedication to periodically review the minimum wage from 5 years to 3 years to ensure timely adjustments in line with economic changes. In the meantime, the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, and Trade Union Congress, Festus Osifo, however, expressed satisfaction at the outcome of the meeting with the President that hinted on other issues discussed.
Today is a happy day for Nigeria. You recall that last week we had a meeting here, and the organized private sector and the subnationals have also held their various meetings with Mr. President following the submission of the tripartite agreement to Mr. President. Labour came last week, they had meeting with Mr. President, they adjourned, asked for adjournment for a week to go and consult further. They did those consultations, they have come back today, and we have met with Mr. President. We're happy to announce today that both the federal government and the organized labor have agreed on an increase on the 62,000 naira minimum wage. The new national minimum wage that we expect Mr. President to submit to the National Assembly for legislation is 70,000 naira. But that is not all.
An end in sight. Mr. President assured all Nigerians that he's their president and would not disappoint, and he assumed that this afternoon. Recall that Labour saw Mr. President last week, and they asked that you should give them 1 week to consult more. And of course, at the end of the day, the consultation came very fruitful because Mr. President said,
yeah, now, what they have announced in terms of the amount of 70,000 happen to be where we are now. So now. But the good thing about it is that we will not wait for another 5 years to come and review. Rather than accepting on a figure that you wait for 5 years, it's like you have to now negotiate even 2 times within 5 years with a view to going up. That is one of the reasons, why we decided to reach where we are today. Because of
the president made a pronouncement of 70,000 naira that by next week that they should put finishing touches and do the transmission. By next week they should put finishing touches and do the transmission to the National Assembly. But why this became a catch, because we from organized labor, we have been pushing that the issue of 5 years review is too much, that a lot of economic indices may have changed, because we are in an era where things are moving very fast in terms of both macro and microeconomic policies. But with also the caveat that this is going to be done every 3 years.